think the new education policy itself focuses very clearly on these things. And the government's focus on critical thinking, for example, the education policy, which we're talking about, critical thinking, having value-added courses. If you look into the new education policies, the focus has shifted from courses which were not there when I was a student, for example. Now, the new education policy has introduced courses like skill enhancement, value-added courses. The emphasis is on innovation. Don't just be job seekers, become job creators. Think about innovation and be future ready to solve problems of the future. For example, climate change, the future green jobs, green economy, alternative sources of energy, biofuels. So I feel the future of education and the market and the economy gets highly interlinked in today's era. And the changes which some new education policy has brought are very well thought of, and I'm sure our students will become more skilled and also prepared to enter the job market with better sense of reality, what I call is grounded reality, having empathy, not just understanding things from textbooks or sitting in library, but rather visiting the places, having a real understanding, having empathy, observation as a tool of knowing the problem, and also bottom-up approach. Very often, policymakers sit in ivory towers, as they say, in AC environment, and I think that needs to change. People who make policies need to be visiting the ground and also not undervaluing the suggestions which come from the people in the villages, because I think they have a lot of wisdom. They may not have degrees, but they understand, for example, crop differentiation, soil health. They may not have the modern measurable techniques, but they have a lot of sense. So we need to capture the indigenous knowledge, which is there, which has been left latent. And because of the elitist model that we follow in the development, in the planning commissions, in the education sector, that needs to be broken, and more inclusive stakeholder participation of community engagement needs to come in. And herein, I think the academia, corporates, and the government, bureaucracy needs to handhold and work like a triangular way to helping each other get better sense, formulate more relevant, more doable, implementable policies rather than policies which look good on paper but fail when it comes to implementation.